Gender and education. The study of gender and education encompasses gender differences in educational outcomes such as achievement, attainment, and experiences within education systems. Over time, research began to show that the biological differences between genders tend to be smaller than those within genders. Biological differences may play a relatively small role in educational outcomes, while other factors like socialization and differences in expectation of boys and girls may play a larger role. Research on primary and secondary school students examine how peer, teacher, and family interactions are related to gender differences, while research on higher education examines sex segregation by major and gender differences in choices to attend or complete college. The UNICEF report in 2011 on how adolescents show that while there is already an increase in access to education for all genders, there remains to be many girls and women who are unable to go to school. However, interesting trends can be observed from 2013 functional literacy, education, and mass media surveys. This study showed that there are more males. In 1,000, there is only 4.6 children aged from 6 to 14 who are all able to attend school compared to females. In 1,000, there are 2.4. However, for people aged from 15 to 24, compared to males, in 1,000, there are 11.2. It is based on Philippine Statistic Authority during 2016. This may mean that while there are more males who are able to receive basic education, there are more females who are able to proceed to higher education. Practically, this only shows that interventions toward making decisions accessible to women and men may also differ from encouraging younger girls to go to basic education and providing opportunities to men to earn a college degree. That's all. So, good morning everyone. I am Jezebel Ansero and we are going to report about gender and education. And I am the first presenter who will talk about what is all about gender and education. So, let's start. It is all about the study of gender and education that encompasses gender differences in educational outcomes such as achievement, attainment, and experiences within the education system. Over time, research began to show that the biological differences between genders tend to be smaller than those within genders. So, gender and education denotes that the differences of sexual orientation in education has an impact itself, wherein men and women has an individual parties in particular level of innate abilities. For example, being an engineer, the very first conclusion that comes to our mind is engineers are boys. Paano natin nasasabi yon? Why? Because if we base it to the physical strength, boys are more efficient. Yung physicalities nila, di ba mas malakas yung boys? Kaya yung inaano rin nila dito na stereotypes kapag engineers, boys. While in the areas of midwiferys naman, mga kagaya natin, mainly we are women. And because women are more efficient to it, paano natin nasasabi yon? Because we know that from the biological basis, women has the greater understanding of knowledge from being a woman and giving birth to a child. But even though man and woman has the same levels of education, it tends that Women are easier to get a position in work and making it harder for men to obtain a job. So I'm giving way to the next reporter.
I'm Cherilyn Salaginto and this is my report. Biological difference may play a relatively small role in education outcomes, while other factors like socialization and difference in expectation of boys and girls may play a larger role. Research on primary and secondary school students examine how peer, teacher, and family interaction are related to gender difference, while research on higher education examines sex segregation by major and gender differences in choice to attend a complete college. In my understanding, the study of gender and education encompasses gender difference in educational outcomes, such as achievements, attainment, and experience with the education system. I do believe its influence is that education is for everyone, no matter what gender you have. Considering this outcome has an impact to society, family formation, and health outcomes.
Hello, I'm Jovelyn T. Solito, and this is my report. The UNICEF 2011 report on adolescents showed that while there is already an increase in access to education for all genders, there remains to be many girls and women who are unable to go to school. Ang ulat ng UNICEF 2011 tungkol sa kabataan ay nagpapakita na habang dumarami ang pag-access sa edukasyon para sa lahat ng kasarian, nananatili pa ring maraming babaeng hindi nakakapag-aral at nananatili sa kani-kanilang mga tahanan.
I'm Lovely Subia and this is my report. However, interesting trends can be observed from the 2013 Functional Literacy, Education, and Mass Media Survey or FLEMS. This study shown that there are more males, it is 4.6 in 1,000 children aged 6 to 14 who are able to attend school compared to females. It is 2.4 in 1,000. So, according sa study ng 2013 Functional Literacy, Education, and Mass Media Survey or FLEMS, naobserbahan nila na mas marami ang lalaki na papasok sa school kumpara sa mga babae na 6 to 14 years old. However, for people aged 15 to 24, compared to males having 11.2 in 1,000, Philippine Statistic Authority 2015, this may mean that while there are more males who are able to receive basic education, there are also more females who are able to proceed to higher education. So based on my understanding at this statement that I read, according to Philippine Statistic Authority 2015, na madaming males ang pwedeng makareceive ng basic education, and at the same time madaming females ang pwedeng mag-proceed sa higher education. So it means may equality. Kasi nga, traditionally, male are more priority than females when it comes to education. Yun yung belief nila noon, na ang mga lalaki is dapat sila yung may alam or mas madaming alam regarding on leadership, businesses, laws, and so on. Compared today na marami na ring mga females ang namamahala, like for example, yung mayor namin sa Maconacon is female. And then yung mayor nila dito sa Gamu is gay. So, gender is equal when it comes to education.
Good day everyone, I am Elsie Sagapan and I will discuss the last slide. Practically, this only shows that interventions toward making education accessible to women and men may also differ. For example, encouraging younger girls to go to basic education and providing opportunities for men to earn a college degree. So there are maybe a good chance that you remember a particular girl you met who could not go to primary school, or perhaps you will visualize one of those great pictures of smiling and studious girls attending primary school in a developing country. Both pictures are correct, but they account for only a small part of the story. Until recently, many girls did not even complete primary school, but dramatic progress has been achieved towards gender equity in basic education as part of the Millennium Development Goals, while more remains to be done. Today's challenges for improving girls' education, skills, and job prospects have changed.